Welcome back everybody to another pomade review, and today the pomade I'll be looking at is douds light pomade. Now this one is the petrol-free and vegan oil-based pomade, and it is actually just something quite different. This has been around for a while already, but it's still nevertheless, it never fails to impress me. It comes in a 4-ounce amber glass jar. And the design of the jar has changed significantly since it first came out. It's more simple now, just text, sort of a black and white kind of look to it. So you have the logo over here with light pomade at the front, and on the other side you have the ingredients, as well as just this little graphic over here. Now if you twist the top open, you'd find a slightly waxy but soft looking pomade here. It doesn't look too greasy at all, just a typical yellowish pomade color. The scent on it is pretty earthy and herbal. It has kind of a dominant, is it bergamot? I believe it's a bergamot scent. I didn't look at the scent description at all prior to this review. I'm just saying whatever goes in my head right now. So it's pretty, it's a little musky, and I like it a lot. It's a really masculine scent. It's not too strong, it's not too overbearing. And my hair is just very slightly damp right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it. So scooping it out. Need to get my camera to focus for a moment. So there we go. So if you scoop it out, it has sort of like a waxy feel for a light pomade, but it's not too difficult to scoop out. It feels like a very soft medium due to like the wax content. It kind of feels a little greasy scooping it out, and just has a little bit of that tackiness, especially once you melt it down in your hands. But it doesn't have that super greasy feel that most other light hold pomades have due to the absence of petro in here. And this stuff is actually castor oil based. Now applying it to the hair, it is very smooth and easy to apply. It just automatically feels really soft and super slick the moment you apply it to hair. It just feels nice overall to apply it. There is just a very tiny bit of resistance, but nothing, doesn't feel like a very waxy resistance whatsoever. It just goes in really nice and really smooth. Take another lick. The scent isn't really that strong, but it's not weak either. But it's just enough to catch the scent for about a few hours. But at the end of the day, I can hardly detect the scent. And you can see I'm beginning to get a pretty beautiful shine over here. That's how it starts out. I get a shine that is relatively high. I would consider it to be sort of a high shine. It's medium to high shine. That's how I would put it. It's advertised to have a high shine, but it's good enough to be put into the high shine category. However, as the day progresses, I find that the shine dulls out a little bit. And at the end of the day, it would just bring me to sort of a medium-ish, well, low to medium kind of shine. So the shine isn't really that present all day, but it's still a really nice looking shine, just not too wet looking, but still it has sort of yeah, that classy element to it, if you know what I'm saying. Just slightly wet, but not as like wet looking as it would look with petro-based pomades. So that's enough pomade in the hair, and I'm just going to go ahead and slick everything back. Now, as you can tell, the comb just goes really easily through my hair, and I have absolutely no trouble combing everything through. And you can just see how tight the comb lines are. This is one hell of a slick product, and if you guys know me, you obviously know that I do love me a really slick product, because I'm always the kind of guy who loves classic styles. And with my hair type, I don't need a lot of hold, but I do need a lot of slickness, and this is exactly what this pomade provides. I mean, it provides me with a good enough hold. Well, sort of advertised to be a light hold, but I would say for my hair type it's somewhere between a light and medium hold. If we could say Lockhart's Light is the perfect hold for a greasy light pomade, this is somewhere above, like a notch above Lockhart's Light. Well, Lockhart's Light is pretty much a true light hold. It has sort of, a light hold doesn't mean no hold, it at least has some hold to it. And just Lockhart's Light is the perfect amount, I would say, for a light. It's a true light hold pomade. But this one is just sort of a notch above a true light, in a way that it's sort of, it has medium holding properties as well. And you can see that it tucks my sides really, really well. The control is also awesome for a light hold pomade. And this is mainly because of the wax content in it. But again, it's for something that is pretty waxy for a light. It doesn't feel too waxy in the hair, nor are the waxy properties too dominant in this one. You still have the appropriate amount of shine from the oils, but they eventually dull out, but still an amazing amount of shine to begin with. And nothing feels too heavyweight at all. I mean, it has sort of a bit of a medium weight to it. I would say the weight on my hair, it isn't too much actually, but I wouldn't say it's so much of a lightweight. There is at least enough weight for me to get a medium height pompadour, and I get a better height with it compared to most other light hold pomades, mainly because of the amount of control it has, and the wax content in there actually allows me to style with sort of a higher volume to my pompadour, and it gives me a really amazing shape as well. I just love the control out of this one. So I say the sleekness is absolutely like one of the greatest properties out of this pomade, and the control is amazing for a light hold. And when it comes to washing it out in the shower, it takes me about 3 to 4 washes, which is a little more than your typical light hold pomade, but it isn't too bad. The build-up quality is really, really clean as well. I mean, usually most people would expect that light holds are super greasy, but this one actually beats the stereotype. It has the perfect amount of like greasiness, where it has some greasiness to it, which is enough to give you shine and sleekness, but not enough, not too much greasiness that will actually feel uncomfortable as you would with some classic pomades. And it also has the perfect amount of waxiness in that it doesn't weigh your hair down too much, and it also doesn't feel too resistant to hair, and it allows for great control. And so this light pomade has the really right balance in the ratios of grease and wax. And I think I'll just call this done over here. My hair looks pretty damn good. And this is how my pompadour looks. You can tell everything is just very nicely tucked back, sides especially. And there's a really nice forwardness and roundedness to the front of my pompadour. Well, in hotter conditions, this would definitely melt to some extent, and you would notice a deflation in volume throughout the day. However, it still, of course, holds up better compared to most other light hold pomades. But again, just with any light, I prefer to use in the colder seasons. I don't use a lot of light hold pomades unless they're for shine. I don't use a lot of light pomades as standalones. That's what I'm looking for. I don't really use light hold pomades as standalones during hotter weather or during the summer. I usually use a medium or a heavy hold with light pomades as a topper. But this is amazing, amazing as a standalone in the fall season and the winter season especially. And I've been using it like every single day of this particular week. The buildup is also amazing. I mean, you don't really, the buildup weight, it just adds a little progressively. It's nothing too drastic. As you add more product into your hair through the days to follow, the height in your hair doesn't get any less, and it doesn't actually feel any heavier. It just has a very gradual feeling of weight in your hair, and the control gets even better. So the buildup is just amazing, and it doesn't really feel so dirty. It's one of the cleaner buildup. There's a tiny bit of greasy feel in the buildup, but it's mainly like a really nice and relatively clean feeling. But overall, my biggest issue with this pomade is just that the shine doesn't last as long enough as I wanted to. But nonetheless, other than that, this is just an amazing light hold pomade. So overall, the best things about this are the slickness of the pomade. It has amazing control for light hold, the perfect, well, the almost perfect ratio between grease and wax, and the fact that it's actually petrol-free, and it's not too greasy for light hold pomade. That's what actually sets it apart, because usually it's really difficult to make a petrol-free pomade as they end up coming out too waxy. But like I keep on saying, the wax to grease ratio here is just the right amount. I do like the initial shine, but eventually it becomes a little too low for what I usually see with a light hold pomade. So overall, this is one hell of an amazing pomade. That's actually one of my all-time favorites. So that is Oh Douds Light for me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and click on the bell icon to never miss a single upload of The Squiddy Show. And I'll see you next time on The Squiddy Show.